Our next presenter is Katherine Porras Brenes. She's a biology student from San Jose, Costa Rica. She's presenting her thesis research titled, "Bright Does Not Always Mean Toxic, the Case of Green and Black Poison Frogs in Costa Rica." Welcome, Katherine.
I am Katherine, and I come from a land that is full of forests and colors, which is Costa Rica. When I was a kid, I used to walk through the forest with my grandpa, and he was always telling me, don't touch anything that is bright because it's probably toxic. It was when I ended up studying biology that I realized that indeed, there is an anti-predator strategy that is called aposematism. Aposematism is basically when an individual uses the bright coloration to warn about a secondary defense, which are commonly chemical defenses. That is the case of the green and black poison frog in Costa Rica, which is bright in color, and they also sequester alkaloids from the food. When I started my master's, I was wondering if aposematism also means that there is a gradient in which brighter individuals are also more toxic. So to address this question, I went back to Costa Rica and I selected 6 different populations of the green and black poison frog. In each population, I took samples of the back of I took pictures to assess the coloration of the back of the frogs. I also took samples of the secretions of the skin to assess alkaloid quantity. And I also performed some behavioral assays to understand the behavioral responses that they might have against predators. When I came back to JCU and I analyzed all the data in the lab and also in the computer, I was impressed because everything was unexpected. It turns out that Pacific populations are less conspicuous than Caribbean populations because they have more black coloration in their back and they are also holding more alkaloid quantity. In addition, Pacific populations are performing more often the body racing behavior. So what is happening? All the frogs are indeed aposematic because they all have bright colors and they all have chemical defenses. However, the proportion of the traits is varying across all the populations. In Costa Rica, there is a mountain range that divides Pacific and Caribbean slopes, which causes different environmental conditions. So my results are suggesting that each population is exposed to different kinds of predator communities. For example, Pacific frogs that are less conspicuous because they are darker in color and they are also holding more alkaloids are probably more exposed to predators that are guided by the smell rather than the vision. And just in case a visual predator attacks, they can enhance the coloration with the body racing behavior. In contrast, Caribbean frogs that are brighter in color are probably more exposed to predators that are guided by the vision. So it could be said that anti-predator strategies are shaped according to each predator community that prey is exposed to. And next time I see my grandpa, I can tell him, hey grandpa, guess what? Bright does not always mean toxic.